Sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel, and also please go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel, and also please go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man.
Listen, you gotta do something, man. Last time I was at a church, man, daggone pastor told me he got swallowed up.
I got an idea. We're gonna join the ISUPK. We go in there, we do our 90 days. We come in there to go to class, we're all black. After 90 days, we get our Hebrew name. Before you know it, we're officers or captains or something. Got 4 or 5 wives. It's gonna be dope.
Nigga, you bugging. I ain't trying to go out in the corners, Ak.
See? You already talking like an Israelite.
Nah, bro, I ain't with that shit, man. I vote no 3 times. No, no, no.
You only get one vote. I vote yes. Let's ask Otis.
Otis, cousin, you know this is crazy, man. These dudes be dressing like superheroes on the corner. You trying to do that?
Come on, Otis. I know you love the women. You can have 3 or 4 wives in there.
I vote yes. Man, this is crazy, man. This is some crazy shit. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
Excuse me, brother. What's up? Don't I know you from somewhere?
Nah, man. Nah, you don't know me.
You ain't never did radio before, nothing like that?
Nah.
You go to church? Matter of fact, did you do a testimony at the church?
Man, turn around and eat your big ass biscuit.
Nah, no disrespect, brother. You just got a real familiar voice. That's all I'm saying. Familiar.
Listen, man. Whatever y'all talking about, I'm in. We need to go ahead and do that shit now.
Then it's on then.
All right, man. Well, let's get it then.
Wanna look like, wanna act like, wanna look like, wanna dress like, wanna look like, wanna act like, wanna look like, wanna dress like. See that fake motherfucker? Wanna be word.
Okay, brothers, I love the image. Let me ask you fellas one thing. Are you sure you want to join the ISUPK? I mean, there's other groups you join like IUIC. I mean, purple is really in style this year.
Purple's nuts. We ISUPK. Take it or leave it.
All right, brothers, let's get started. So, I want you to join us, and you want to join us. And we want you to want to join with us. Let me ask you guys a couple of questions. Can you speak loud at camp if you don't have a microphone?
Yeah.
Do you make sisters mad when you go into the women's scriptures?
Yeah.
Do you believe in having more than one wife?
Yeah.
And do you believe in going to the club and being around beautiful women?
Whenever possible.
Do you advocate the use of guns or weapons to defend yourself or settle civil disputes? Okay. Last question. Do you guys respect anything at all?
Not a goddamn thing.
You got a deal. Welcome to the family. Whatever. ISUPK. If you can't trust me, you can't trust us. I love it, I love it, I love it. Go, go, go!
Sound production, take 2.
Action.
But let me ask you one thing. Do you really want to join the ISUPK? I mean, there's plenty of other groups out there that you can join. No? All right. Action! Well, let me ask you fellas this. No, not action! You can join, all right, okay, let's go. Action! Okay, brothers, I love the image.
You looking at the camera still, or you looking at?
No, I was looking at bro.
Look at him on this part. Look at that.
Action!
Then it's on.
Hold on. Just say it, then it's on.
Is what I'm saying? Okay.
Right, no, but don't do nothing.
Oh, don't do nothing. Okay. Then it's on then.
Action!
Oh, one more. Salaki.
Action!
Yeah, you gotta be like
Right?
creepy with it.
And then just back away.
And I'm gonna sit there like,
and then turn around. And be like, action!
All right. But
Action!
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Action!
Hey, quiet on the set.
Quiet. Hold it down. Okay. Y'all ready?
Action! All right, brothers, let's get started. God damn.
Damn, it's all close. All right, clap it up. All right, you know what I'm saying? ISUPK Kentucky, Shalom, Yahweh, Shem Yashai, Barakathum, to all the brothers. Yahweh Shemala Thun, Shem Yashai, to all the sisters. I mean, ISUPK Kentucky, Captain Napataza. I got the ham tonight here with Officer Amawan and Officer Awamar. We about to get it in with the Feast of Dedication. Shout out to ISUPK Kentucky for inviting me down. Actually, they didn't really invite me. I just came and crashed the party. So I'm here, you know what I mean? I'm here, so I might as well teach, you know what I'm saying? So what are we talking about today? Feast of Dedication, right? Why damn near the whole earth is going to be celebrating Christmas, right? I just came into this neighborhood. This neighborhood is bonkers, man. I rode past a house coming out. I don't know where y'all's at, if y'all know what I'm talking about, but it was off of Page Street. I'm sure they tripled their light bill with this all the lights they had for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? And it's such a beautiful thing. Clap it up for the children that's being raised in the truth, man. The children being raised in the truth, they know better than to celebrate, worship, some pagan god and celebrate Christmas, which the Lord did not call you to do. The Lord did not call you to celebrate Christmas. Why? Because it's all about selfishness. It's all about me, and me. Even when you give gifts away, you still like, well, damn, what did they give me? You know what I mean? So it's all in the wrong spirit, trying to celebrate Christmas. Hey, shout out to anybody on TikTok checking me out. You know what I mean? You can ask questions on TikTok. I'm live on my ISUPK Cincinnati page. Like I said, I'm in Kentucky kicking it with the brothers. So with that being said, man, like I said, let's get into the story, right, that you find in Maccabees. Before we did it, so last week when I was with the brothers in Ohio, we covered some of the history about the Maccabees and how we fell under the Romans, right? So who knows who's familiar, or is there anyone that's not familiar with the four generals who took up Alexander the Greek's empire? Is anybody not familiar? Don't be ashamed if you're not familiar with it. I'll just go into it briefly. So Alexander the Greek, right? The world calls him Alexander the Great. We don't call him the Great. We call him the Greek because that's what he was. He was a Greek, right? And so Alexander the Greek, when he died, right, he had conquered a lot of the known earth, or at least in this region, not in this region, but on the side of the earth. Like he conquered a good portion of the area of the region, and he had a vast empire, right? From the Medes and the Medes and Persians, right? The Indians, like all that over there, the Middle East. He had conquered a whole ton of Africa, all that stuff, right? So when he died, his empire was basically split amongst four of his generals, right? Now there were some other small parties, but primarily it was his four generals, all right? If you could you Google those names for those four generals? I forget them. One for sure is Ptolemy. Is one of them that we're going to want to know tonight because it's relevant to Israel and how it relates to us. So Ptolemy had Egypt.
Like, sir,
Go ahead.
Ptolemy had Egypt. Seleucus had Asia.
Seleucus had what?
Asia.
Okay, we're gonna come back to that. Go ahead.
All right. Lysimachus had Asia Minor.
Lysimachus had Asia Minor.
Cassander had Macedonia.
And Cassander had Macedonia. Right. Now there were some other players, but those are the primary players. So name me the second general again.
Seleucus.
Seleucus, right? So what's important about Seleucus is Seleucus, once he had that area, his family then became a dynasty, right? And it's that Seleucus dynasty that was in charge of Israel at the time. So during this time, his descendants, during the time of the Maccabees, his descendants was in charge of Israel, or his descendants conquered Israel, and that's what you call the Seleucids. Am I pronouncing that right? The Seleucidan Empire. I'm gonna pronounce it wrong. Seleucidan Empire. I'm gonna say it wrong. Seleucus dynasty. Seleucidan, that's what it is. Seleucidan dynasty, right? And what you'll see if you go back and you study this and you read in history, they were in charge of us during the time of the Maccabees. Now, if you look back, who came next after? You'll see in the story, you read the first through the third chapter of the first Maccabees, you'll see that we eventually ran to the Romans trying to get away from the Greeks. And that's how, of course, under Christ's time, we was under the rulership of the Roman Empire. All right. So let's get First Maccabees chapter 4. Like I said, if there's any questions, you can put them in the TikTok, or you could, if somebody got something on YouTube or Facebook, let me know. You could type the questions in there. We'll try to get them answered. But that's a brief history on the Seleucidan Empire and the dynasty and the people that were in charge during the time of the Maccabees. We also read in the opening of the Feast of Dedication how oppressive they were to the Israelites. So this all started because the king at the time wanted to basically make everybody under one world order, right? He didn't want the Israelites to have any identity. They couldn't have an identity. They couldn't celebrate the Sabbath. They couldn't circumcise their kids. In fact, the story talks about how the sisters who had kids and had them circumcised on the 8th day, those sisters were put to death. The babies were put to death. The person that did the circumcision, they were put to death. You read all that in the first 3 chapters of the Maccabees. And not only that, they sacrificed unclean animals in the temple, which of course we as Israelites, we can't even touch the carcass of an unclean animal, let alone sacrifice it on a holy altar. So it was all kind of abominations going on during the time of the Maccabees. And here's the further proof that this apocrypha that people stay away from, further proof that it's valid, because you'll see the Seleucidan, say it again for me. Seleucid Empire, right? You see that one of the major conflicts that they had in history was against Israel. You can go look this up. You can go look this up and research it for yourself. So when people say that the apocrypha is not valid or that it wasn't part of the original canon, they don't know what they're talking about, right? This is the true word of God and its documented history. All right, let's keep going.
Like, sir, chapter 4, verse 1?
Yeah, chapter 4, verse 1.
Book of First Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 1.
Are they going to be able to hear you on the mic over here? Or I don't know if you can slide a little closer or not. Can it stretch? I ain't going to jump too much.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then took Georgius 5,000 footmen and 1,000 of the best horsemen and removed out of the camp by night.
Right. So this is, as we continue on the story, the 4th chapter of the first Maccabees, how the king, right? So there was a brother, his name was Napataza. Napataza was a strong brother, well respected. Even the scriptures talk about how he was so respected amongst the other Israelites that the king tried to get him to eat, something that was unlawful or not, basically not practice being Israelite. And he said, if you did that, then all the people would just follow you because you're well respected and you have the strength of your sons. And he was a leader amongst the people. And so same thing that they do today, right? What do? They prominent Israelites. They find the Israelites with influence. They find the Israelites that are rich. They make them richer. They find anybody that they can use as a tool. It's the same they do today. Like look at Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z had heavy influence in the streets. Now I know a lot of people don't like Jay-Z for whatever reason back in the day, but in 95, his music was smoking. 95, 96 when he first started coming out, and he just kind of took off. But you take a brother that's prominent, and what do? You turn him against his people. And then you look, and the way that they describe it is like, it makes it seem like it was logical. Like you look at what happened to Colin Kaepernick and how Jay-Z moved, and it was like, well, it never was about, him getting a job. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It was all unfair. And still today, you see a lot of protests in the NFL. You don't see no blowback on anybody that's doing it. And Colin Kaepernick was just a quiet brother taking a knee, not saying anything, just protesting silently on the knee. And that's what happens when you get wicked men in Israel that's willing to bend down and bow down to the oppressor and do his agenda. So the same thing that they did back then, you see the same thing today. All right. So Salaki. So what I was talking about was Napataza, and Napataza was a brother, right? He said, I'm not going to, me and my people, if you stand for the Lord, come follow me. And he took a band of Israelites. He took, a bulk of Israelites, and they retreated into the mountains, right? And out to the countryside. And that's where we dwell. We didn't dwell in the city anymore. Why? Because the city was overrun by the Greeks. The temple was overrun with abominations. And anybody caught being an Israelite or celebrating the Sabbath or getting circumcised on the 8th day, or who didn't do the king's commanded, was likely put to death. So Napataza took brothers that wanted and sisters that wanted to serve the Lord, and they fled, right? And so, long story short, Napataza, I'll have a small one. Napataza and his sons battled, and the brothers with them, they battled against this oppression, right? They battled against the king, and they battled against all his generals. So what we find in chapter 4 is another battle that's happening right now. Hey, shalom, or shalom. Miss Shalom, sis. All right, so let's get chapter 4. So if I'm not mistaken, Judas, not Judas. What's his name? Yeah, Judas Maccabees, right? He has his Napataza died, so now his oldest son. All right, so let's get verse 4 or chapter 4. Slide.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
To the end he might rush in upon the camp of the Jews,
right,
and smite them suddenly,
right.
And the men of the fortress were his guides.
So this devil, he tried to go to war against the Israelites. He tried to sneak up on them. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Now when Judas heard thereof, he himself removed, and the valiant men with him, that he might smite the king's army, which was at Emmaus.
So the king's army pursued Judas, but Judas, they removed themselves from the camp. Keep going.
Verse 4. While as yet the forces were dispersed from the camp.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Verse 4. While as yet the forces were dispersed from the camp. Verse 5. In the mean season came Georgius by night into the camp of Judas, and when he found no man there, he sought them in the mountains.
So this general, he came to the camp where the Israelites dwelt, but the Israelites caught wind of them coming. So Judas removed all the people from the camp, right? And then so the general came, and he came with the 5,000 soldiers, but Israel, we wasn't there. Go ahead.
For he said he, these fellows flee from us.
That's what he said in his mind. He was like, they running from us. Go ahead.
Verse 6. But as soon as it was day, Judas shewed himself in the plain with 3,000 men, who nevertheless had neither armor nor swords to their mouth.
These brothers was hardcore. The king's general had 5,000 men, but Judas Maccabeus and his brothers, they ain't have shield or armor, and there was only 3,000 of them. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And they saw the camp of the heathen, that it was strong and well harnessed, and compassed round about with horsemen, and these were expert of war.
Yeah. So these men, from what he could tell, they were experts at war. Keep going.
Come. Verse 8. Then said Judas to the men that were with him, fear ye not the multitude.
Read that again.
Fear ye not the multitude.
The Lord ain't never concerned with your numbers. Somebody give me an example of where this happened in the scriptures. Whoever got a precept on it. Like, where else do you see this where brothers was not afraid or was told not to be afraid because of their numbers? It's a specific example. It was a priest. It was a prophet in the Bible. He had to tell one of his brothers, like, don't worry about the numbers. Y'all know it. Y'all just ain't think. Well, let me rephrase it. Maybe it's a little clearer.
King David was
It wasn't King David. No, so this is an example where a brother had fear because his numbers were smaller. And his brother had to tell him, don't worry about the numbers. The Lord is with you. Y'all go, it's real simple. It ain't even complicated at all.
Talking about Elijah?
Elijah. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Elijah. So Elisha, right? Elisha saw all the warriors that they had that was coming up. And Elijah said, don't sweat it. And Elisha was like, but Lord, you know what I'm saying? They outnumber us. He was like, he asked the Lord to remove the veil from Elisha's eyes. And what did Elisha see? Hordes of angels. You know what I mean? Hordes of angels. And that's the power of standing with the Lord. So, of course, Judas reading the scriptures absolutely knows that he's fighting with the Lord and he has the Lord on his side. So he tells his brother, read that part again.
Come. Fear ye not their multitude.
Don't worry about their multitude. And that's the beautiful thing about serving the Lord. No matter what kind of trouble that you're in, no matter what kind of ailment you have, no matter, you know, who's standing against you, if the Lord is with you, nothing can stand against you. Keep going.
Come. Neither be ye afraid of their assault. Verse 9. Remember how our fathers were delivered in the Red Sea when Pharaoh pursued them with an army.
Yeah. So now Judas is giving examples of how the Lord saved brothers. Keep going.
Come. Verse 10. Now therefore let us cry unto heaven, if peradventure the Lord will have mercy upon us, and remember the covenant of our fathers. He
said, send up some prayers, man, so that the Lord can have our back. Keep going.
Come. And destroy this host before our face.
Destroy this army before us. Keep going.
Come. Verse 11. That so all the heathen may know that there is one who delivereth and saveth Israel.
That's important, that all the heathen may know that the Lord of Israel can save us. What else did we see? We saw in another example. Let me phrase it this way. When we left Egypt, the heathens already knew our name. The heathens already knew about Israel. Why? Because they heard what the Lord did in Egypt. And it's going to be the same thing when we come out of America. Somebody give me Jeremiah 16:16 real quick. Baba Shah.
So like I said, while he grabbing that, you want me to read the one you was just talking about?
Yeah, that'd be 12.
Oh God, it's 2 Kings 6:17. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes.
The Lord said, or Elijah asked the Lord to open the eyes of Elisha, because Elisha was fearful and doubtful, which we all are at times, right? Sometimes you go against a multitude. Sometimes you go against a problem. Sometimes you got a huge financial burden. Sometimes you got things that you can't even fathom how you going to get through this. But the one thing you got to remember is if you stand with the Lord is going to stand with you. Go ahead.
That he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man.
Right. The Lord took the veil. You can't see angels, but the Bible says this. There's angels about you. Right. There's angels that roll with you. It's an angel in charge of the school. I'm going to know this. It's an angel that's in charge of the school here in Kentucky. That's responsible for protecting you, brothers. As long as you serving the Lord, it's protecting your family. You might wonder, like, damn, it was crazy because my rib and my youngest son almost got into a car accident. The other day we had some ice and some ice, like black ice, right? And they going, and she taking him to school. And she said, she called me, she was shook up, and she was like, man, we just almost got into a real bad car accident. They tried to get off on the exit. Not only could they not, it was a car on the side of the road, so she had to scoot over someone. She said she scooted over or tried to scoot over. She slid 3 lanes, did a 180. And she said it was a semi coming. And by the time it got close, the car straightened back out and she just kept going. I said, the Lord love us. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that angel is in charge of making sure that we safe. And again, brothers and sisters need to realize, like, if you serve the Lord, you got protection from the Lord. You got protection from the Lord. All you got to do is listen to what the Lord tell you to do. If you're a sister, listen to your head. If you're a brother, listen to the brothers that's over you. And you're going to be all right. So, you know what I'm saying? The water to the Lord for that. Yeah, for sure. But so again, Alicia, he's up against something that he can't see. But little does he know, in the fourth dimension, there's a whole host of angels. Go ahead.
And he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha.
Damn.
And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Lord and said, smite these people, I pray thee, with blindness. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha.
Listen, the Lord is powerful, man. The Lord will remove all your enemies. Again, if the Lord is with you, can't nobody stand against you. All right, let's see. Who got that other one? Got a couple. Go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers.
Right. The Lord says this, I'm going to send for many fishers. Is it 14? Do you need to take me up to 14? Yeah. Let's go to 14.
This is Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Like, it's important to understand that heathens knew what the Lord did in Egypt, right? But this is a prophecy. This is a future prophecy right here. The Lord saying, read that part again.
Verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
That's not going to be the story that you know how the Lord is. You're not going to know the Lord by that story anymore. How he brought us out of the land of Egypt, that's going to be old news. What he did in Egypt was strong. He did a pillar of fire. He did 10 plagues. He split the Red Sea. Now that's something to not be known for. Like the Bible saying, don't even worry about that story. Go ahead.
Verse 15. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of Egypt of the north, and from
read that part again.
But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
That's what the Lord gonna be known for. He's definitely known now for what he did in Egypt, but it's gonna come a time when we ready to get out of this captivity. He's gonna be known for getting us out of the land of the north. Now, imagine what he did in Egypt, and then if it's saying that's gonna be, you're not gonna know him for that anymore. He probably about to do something super terrible to the land of the north. You understand? He's gonna do something super terrible. Like the whole nations is gonna realize this, and the scriptures say this: they gonna know war no more. There ain't gonna be no more war. Christ gonna subdue all armies. What the scriptures say? They're gonna melt their swords down to plowshares. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna look at the oppressor. He ain't gonna want no more smoke with nobody. He ain't going conquering the lands. He ain't getting no more manifest destiny. He ain't determining who eat. He not doing anything. We gonna determine all that as a people. So my point on all that was this: like the Lord, right? The Lord protects the people who he loves. And that's the whole point of what Judas is saying is like, don't worry about they 5,000 versus your 3,000. Don't worry about if they got armor and we ain't got shields and armor. Don't worry about none of that. Keep going. No, I think we 12 on that. Back to this one.
So the book of First Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 12. Then the strangers lifted up their eyes and saw them coming over against them. Verse 13. Wherefore they went out of the camp to battle, but they that were with Judas sounded their trumpets. Verse 14. So they joined the battle, and the heathen being discomfited fled into the plain.
Yeah, so of course the Greek general, he was talking that cash money when he got up there. He was like, they hid from us. And so when Judas Maccabeus came down right in the morning, now we see the tables are turned. Like now these oppressors, they run it. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Howbeit all the hindmost of them were slain with the
So like somebody on TikTok said, you look like Martin when he did karate. Yeah, that's funny.
So Salakia said.
Good.
Not Dragonfly Jones.
Dragonfly Jones. That's crazy. They said I look like Dragonfly Jones. That's what's up. Guess what? I bet I know more than your Christian pastor. I bet that. Somebody in here said Captain KFC. That's funny. Nah, it's funny when y'all troll because a lot of people who get in here and troll, you look at us and laugh at Israelites and you laugh at the customs and how we dress. But really, all this you can find in the Bible. You can find a headpiece in the Bible, even the piece that I'm wearing under a scarf. You can find it in the Bible. HTX, you should go to my channel. Maybe you'll learn something. Unless you're an oppressor, then I don't really give a damn if you go to my channel or not. But if you Black, Hispanic, and Native American, go to my channel. See if you can put something in that big head of yours, because I'm sure you don't know a damn thing. All right, listen. That got me though. Go ahead, keep going.
Come, verse 15. Howbeit all the highmost of them were slain with the sword.
Mm-hmm.
But they pursued them unto Gezerah,
Right.
and unto the plains of Idumea.
Mm-hmm.
And Azotus and Jamnia.
You oppressors that's on TikTok, you should look that up. Idumea. You should look at the history of Idumea and Edom, right? Look up all that stuff. I'm sure you'll find it very interesting. Go ahead.
If I could, so I had a precept about what the person on TikTok was just clowning about because they don't know the Bible.
Go ahead.
This is First Maccabees 14:9. The ancient men sat all in the streets, communing together of good things.
You're gonna have to come closer.
The ancient Salaki, First Maccabees 14:9.
Mm-hmm.
The ancient men sat
the
all
what
in
men?
the street. The ancient men.
The ancient men, meaning people during biblical times. Go ahead.
Communing together of good things.
What did they do?
Communing together of good things.
So you got ancient men, they communed together and they were talking about good things. Go ahead.
And the young men put on glorious and warlike apparel.
Glorious and warlike apparel. That's what we wear in the ISUPK. We wear glorious and warlike apparel. Meaning this, we always ready for war. Like a lot of y'all wearing loafers and the real tight suits, the skinny jean suits, and you looking all nice and manicured and metrosexual. We don't look like that. We don't look like metrosexuals. We don't dress all soft. Now, can brothers get clean? Absolutely, but we're not trying to be I don't know who's the latest fad now for women that they look at. We're not trying to be that. We're trying to dress like the Bible says.
And if I may,
you got it.
What you're saying is so heavy, sir, because all the damn fashion designers is gay. All the clothes that they promoting is made by gay men.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah. He said, brother, you're not in shape. I don't give a damn what you say. I bet you won't try me.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah. I bet you won't try me. Keyboard gangster. You notice that people be online talking that cash money. Stop it, man. I ain't worried about you. Run up on me. You really about that life. Matter of fact, the number to my school is 765-631-1129. You really about that life, sir. Let's keep going.
Come. End of the verse. So that there was slain of them upon 3,000 men.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 16. This done, Judas returned again with his host from pursuing them. Verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
And said to the people, be not greedy of the spoil inasmuch as there is a battle before us.
So again, a good leader, man, always knows how to keep people in the right spirit. You know what I'm saying? You go to war, you go to battle, you get some spoil, right? Spoil is whatever loot or whatever possessions you can take off them of worth. And he said, don't overdo it because we still have more fighting to do. And that's a brother who he understood the mission, right? It's not about you getting all the worldly gain. Like you see that a lot in today, which is so-called Black leaders, Hispanic and Native American leaders. A lot of them right now, they're looking at all the gain that they could have now, as opposed to trying to set the people up with the resources they need. So again, much wisdom is to be found in the Bible. Keep going.
Come. Verse 18. And Georgius and his hosts are here by us in the mountain. But stand ye now against our enemies.
What did he say?
But stand ye now against our enemies and overcome them. And after this, ye may boldly take the spoils.
And then you can boldly take the spoils. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 19. As Judas was yet speaking these words, there appeared a part of them looking out of the mountain.
They appeared to what?
And there appeared a part of them looking out of the mountain.
Okay.
Verse 20. When they perceived that the Jews had put their host to flight and were burning the tents, for the smoke that was seen declared it was God.
Right. So they saw the smoke coming from the mountains. Keep going.
Verse 21. When therefore they perceived these things, they were sore afraid, and seeing also the host of Judas in the plain ready to fight. Verse 22. They fled everyone into the land of strangers.
Keep going.
Verse 23. Then Judas returned to spoil the tents, where they got much gold and silver and blue silk and purple of the sea and great riches.
Keep going.
Verse 24. After this, they went home and sung a song of thanksgiving.
Right? They sung a song of thanksgiving. Why? Because the Lord saw fit to deliver them out of a host that was, by numbers anyway, was stronger than theirs. So, of course, they knew that the Lord was with them. Keep going.
And praise the Lord in heaven, because it is good, because his mercy endureth forever.
His mercy endured, right? You serving the Lord, he will have mercy on you. And that's what these brothers found. They were delivered from this host. Keep going.
Verse 25. Thus Israel had a great deliverance that day.
That's right.
Verse 26. Now all the stranger that had escaped came and told Lysias what had happened. Verse 27. Who when he heard thereof was confounded and discouraged.
He was confounded. Why was he confounded? Because he sent out a stronger, better equipped army than what these cats didn't have. The scriptures say they didn't have armor or shields. There was a band of brothers who just decided to stand with the Lord, and they fled into the mountains and the hillsides and countrysides, and they whooped the ass of the heathens. So he was discouraged. Go ahead.
If I may, sir, what you're saying is so heavy because that's the same way the Nabateans did. They didn't fight them like straight up.
Yeah.
Esau want to fight like you on one line, I'm on one line, and just shoot until we die.
Yeah.
But they didn't know how to fight against guerrilla warfare, all these sneak attacks and stuff like that.
No, and the Seminole Indians did it as well. You find a lot of history, like you go down in them swamps and then, down in that thick brush. Seminoles, Reuben wasn't playing that, man. He's gonna stand. That's the stupidest. So like excuse me, that's the stupidest stuff ever. You get on the line and I get on like in the Civil War and I got my musket and I'm trying to reload. Man, no, I'm not doing all that. I'm gonna wait till you can't see me and then I'm gonna take you out. Why? Because you trying to take my life. You trying to take my livelihood. You didn't murder. You didn't unalive the babies for getting circumcised. The mother, the people who did the circumcision. You didn't desecrated the temple. You know what I mean? So all gloves is off. I'm not gonna fight you fair and square. You know what I mean? So that was heavy. Keep going.
Because neither such things as he would were done to Israel, nor such things as the king commanded him will come to pass.
Say that part again.
Because neither such things as he would were done unto Israel, nor such things as the king commanded him will come to pass.
Meaning this, the king commanded Napataza and his sons to follow him, and they wasn't willing to follow him, and they went to war to prevent it from happening. Let's keep going.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 28. The next year, therefore, following Lysias, gathered together 70,000 choice men of foot and 5,000 horsemen.
Hold on, 70,000? Get me right. 3 score, right? 1 score is 20. No. What's the score? 20? Right. So 3 score. It said 3 score? 60. How many?
60,000.
60,000. Did it say 1,000? 3 score 1,000?
3 score 1,000.
60,000. All right, keep going.
And 5,000 horsemen.
Okay.
That he might subdue them. Verse 29. So they came into Idumea and pitched their tents.
There go Idumea again. You oppressors, you should go look up Idumea. You should go look up Mount Seir. You should go look up Edom. You should look up these things related to you. You might find a little bit of history on the Caucasus. You know what I mean? You might find something as it relates to you in the Bible, because you in there. Keep going. And you're not the hero. You're not the hero. I know you Superman, and I know you the Flash, and you know you saving Captain Planet, you doing all that, but go look up Idumea and Mount Seir and all these things. You might find something very interesting about yourself.
And Judas met them with 10,000 men.
Now look at the discrepancy. Look at how uneven it was. Look at the 65,000. It said he had 300,000 footmen and 5,000 horses. Now that's 65,000 if my math is right on that, versus 10,000. So again, another situation where Judas is putting all his faith and trust in the Lord, as we should do today. Which is absolutely, you having trouble with bills? Guess what? Get some counsel on it, because brotherhood is a weapon. But also, you should know that if you serving the Lord, for sure, man, the Lord is going to send somebody in your life to and it's going to be a brother in the school. I can just tell you that now. You depending on family, I don't know if you want to take that money. It might come with strings, but conditions, counsel, even in talking carnal warfare, man, the Lord is with you. You know what I mean? I heard somebody in class, like, General Muhammad blew me away every time I listen to him. It was like something about, you going to be afraid of Mike Tyson? The Lord will be with you. He's a rapist. like for real, man. It's like, you have to understand, serving the Lord gives you certain benefits. Like we can see clearly the benefits of other things, but you might not be so tuned to see what the Lord is doing for you every day. Just because you don't think about it, you take for granted what the Lord does for you every day. But the Lord absolutely has your back every day. Because guess what? It's people that's being unalived right now at this second. It's people that's trying to go get last minute Christmas gifts and they're not going to make it home. It's people that's going to have Christmas dinner, and after that, that's going to be their last dinner. Like, the Lord is absolutely with you if you serve him. Keep going.
Come, verse 30. And when he saw that mighty army, he prayed and said, Blessed art thou, O Savior of Israel.
He saw that army. He said, Lord, blessed are you, the Savior of Israel. Somebody asked a question. You said, please explain this. Please explain the Star of David is not in the Bible. Show me, Connor. Show me the Star of David. Pull up your meme. Pull up your picture. Pull up whatever you got that show me what the Star of David looks like. So I don't prove it to me. Show me something. Behind me, that's not the Star of David. That's the shield of David, the Magun Dawudah in the Hebrew. It's not a star. A star is a ball of gas. And the Bible says that a star is a ball of gas. And what you see before you is called the shield of David, or the insignia of David. That's his insignia. It's not a star. So let's keep going.
Come, verse 30. And when he saw that mighty army, he prayed and said, Blessed art thou, O Savior of Israel, who didst quell the violence of the mighty man by the hand of thy servant David.
That's right.
And gavest the host of strangers into the hands of Jonathan, the son of Saul, and his armor bearer.
Keep going.
Come, verse 31. Shut up this army in the hand of thy people Israel.
That's right.
And let them be confounded in their power and horsemen.
Listen, Judas is praying to the Lord, saying, I know they have 65,000 men and we have 10,000. I pray that you confound this army. I pray that you deliver them into the hand of Israel. And that's a righteous prayer for the destruction of your enemies. That's a righteous prayer. A lot of people think you praying against another brother in the streets. That ain't a righteous prayer. You pray you hit a lick, or strippers on the stripper pole. I pray we have a good show. That's not a righteous prayer, man. The Lord don't hear the prayer of sinners. But guess what? Your enemy is trying to destroy you, meaning some heathen nation, somebody who is not Black, Hispanic, or Native American, and they trying to cause you harm and cause your family harm. It's righteous to pray for their destruction. Keep going.
Come. Verse 32.
If there's any questions anybody has, let me know too. Or if you want to bring out a precept, just let me know. We'll bring it out.
Verse 32. Make them to be of no courage.
Make them to be of no courage. That's a hell of a prayer, ain't it? Make your enemies not have courage. I pray that my enemies don't have courage, meaning that they don't have courage to do nothing against me. You afraid of what might happen to you because you know the Lord is with me. That's a hell of a prayer, man. Keep going.
Come. And cause the boldness of their strength to fall away.
Mm-hmm.
And let them quake at their destruction.
Let them quake at their destruction. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 33. Cast them down with the sword of them that love thee.
Mm-hmm.
And let all those that know thy name praise thee with thanksgiving.
That's right. Keep going.
Come. Verse 34. So they joined battle, and there was slain the host of Lysias, about 5,000 men, even before them was slain.
Damn. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 35. Now when Lysias saw his army put to flight,
Mm-hmm. His army put to flight, meaning they was getting tore up. Keep going.
Come. And the manliness of Judas' soldiers.
Listen, what's one of the key things that's been brought out is documented that your oppressor don't like about black men? That masculinity. That masculinity be pissing off your oppressor. Your oppressor can't stand how masculine you are as a man. So much so that his woman wants you. That little dog want black men so bad. But guess what? In here, you can't have one of us. You dogs gotta go and play with your dog. Dog counterpart. You can't have a masculine man. You gotta settle for that. You gotta settle for Elon Musk. What's the one who got Facebook? What's his name? Yeah, that dude, he looks so soft, man, just like a strong wind coming, he just blow over, you know what I'm saying? I can't think of his name. Zuckerberg. Let me stop, because we're on Facebook. Zuckerberg will find a way to kick us off. Y'all little Kentucky channel will be done. Zuckerberg himself will come. Right. Go ahead.
And how they were ready to either live or die valiantly.
That's what you should do for the Lord, man. You talking about brothers that was willing to put it on the line for the Lord. And here you in the world, and you can't even, we talk to you on the street corner and tell you, stop eating pork because the Lord don't want you to. And you go look in the Bible and you see brothers dying for this. Right. Now, you think you hardcore because you talking about a little street block. You talking about you'll die for this shit. For what? It ain't yours. That ain't your block. But guess what? Israel is yours. That's something you could die for. Serving the Lord, that's what you could die for. You shouldn't die for a block. You shouldn't die for a color. You damn sure shouldn't die for no job. Some slave master paying you, you know what I'm saying, peanuts for him. He making millions and you making thousands. There's all kind of things in our mind that we think we should die for here in America. But let me tell you, none of these things is nothing to die for. You should, if you're gonna die for anything, die for serving the Lord. That's what you should die for if you're gonna die. Other than that, you better stay alive until you can learn how to serve the Lord. That's right. Keep going.
Okay. He went into Antiochia and gathered together a company of strangers, and having made his army greater than it was, he purposed to come again into Judea.
Yeah, they took flight last time, and once he saw the masculinity of the brothers that was standing with Judas Maccabees and how they was willing to die, he's like, we don't want no smoke. We're gonna have to think about this. Let's regroup. Let's regroup. Keep going.
Come. Verse 36. Then said Judas and his brethren, behold, our enemies are discomfited.
Mm-hmm.
Let us go up to cleanse and dedicate the sanctuary.
Listen, what did they say?
Let us go up to cleanse and dedicate the sanctuary.
So these heathens was discomfited, and they left. They went to go regroup. So Judas said, you know what? Let's go rededicate the temple. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 37. Upon this, all the hosts assembled themselves together and went up into Mount Zion.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 38. And when they saw the sanctuary desolate and the altar profaned and the gates burned up and shrubs growing in the courts, as in a forest.
Mm-hmm.
On one of the mountains, yea, and the priest's chambers pulled down.
Mm. So they went back into Jerusalem and they saw the temple was in bad shape, man. The courtyard was overgrown. It was abomination sacrifice on the temple. It just looked terrible. Of course, we had specific priests that was in charge of the upkeep of the temple. Right? You go back and read that in the book of Exodus, how it was priests in charge of certain things to upkeep the temple. And so when they went to Jerusalem and they saw this, man, it was like, oh man, this is, of course, it angered the brothers so much so that they went to war to correct it. Keep going.
Come. Verse 39. They rent their clothes and made great lamentation.
So they tore their clothes, man, as was a custom in Israel, man. You get upset, you just tore your clothes and put on sackcloth. So you might have had on something, when you, like, just put it in today's terms, when you feel good, at least in the world, like when you feel good, you was going out and you was going to have a good time, you put on a suit or a tux or something like that. Imagine being in just nice clothes or something that was considered good. And then, you saw what happened, something bad happened to you. You just tore those clothes and put on some old dusty clothes because that's what your state of mind. You felt bad or sad, And so you'll read a lot of times brothers will rent their clothes and put ashes on top of their head. Keep going.
Come. And cast ashes upon their heads.
Oh, there it is. Just go ahead.
Come. Verse 40. And fell down flat to the ground upon their faces, and blew alarm with the trumpets, and cried toward heaven. Verse 41. Then Judas appointed certain men to fight against those that were in the fortress until he had cleansed the sanctuary.
They had to get up out of there. They had to get up out of Jerusalem. Keep going.
Come. Verse 42. So he chose priests of blameless conversation.
That's what's important, man, is to be blameless. A lot of us growing and learning in this truth, you coming into this truth, man, be blameless. Don't ever be the type of brother where you have a problem and you don't fix your problem. Because the Lord knows in secret what you're doing. The Lord can see it all, man. The Lord can see it all. But guess what? Be honorable. Correct your problem. Get counsel with your problem. Go make sure that you get your problem so that it's not a problem anymore and you can truly serve the Lord. The Lord wants you to be blameless. Keep going.
Come. Such as had pleasure in the law.
These brothers that he chose, they had pleasure in keeping the law. But you see this throughout the scriptures, man. And maybe we'll spend a few minutes on the ones that you pulled up. Did you get the one with the sister?
Come.
Okay. All right. Let's keep going.
Come. Verse 43. Who cleansed the sanctuary and bear out the defiled stones into the unclean place. Verse 44. And when as they consulted what to do with the altar of burnt offerings, which was profane. Verse 45. Then they thought it best to pull it down, lest it should be a reproach to them.
That's right. They pulled that altar down. Why? Because the heathens sacrificed unclean animals on it, which you can't even touch an unclean animal's carcass. And not only did they sacrifice the animal on an unclean animal on the altar that the Lord established, so they defiled the altar and the temple. Keep going.
Come. Because the heathen had defiled it before they pulled it down.
That's right.
Verse 46. And laid up the stones in the mountain of the temple in a convenient place until there should come a prophet to show what should be done.
That's unlike a lot of you fake Israelites. A lot of these fake Israelites, they be like, well, the Lord told me. Nah, man, the Lord ain't told me nothing. Read that part again. What did the brothers do now? These brothers rode heavy for the Lord. They rode heavy for the Most High in Christ. And what did they do?
And laid up the stones in the mountain of the temple in a convenient place until there should come a prophet to show what should be done.
They waited on the prophet. They didn't get a premonition, or they didn't burn sage, or they didn't smoke weed until they got the message. They waited on a prophet of the Lord to come to show them what to do. A lot of these cats out here, man, they get online and they, for a minute, if you don't think about it, you'll let them be like, well, damn, he might be, he might be onto something. Nah, he ain't onto nothing. Ain't none of these weed smoking, overstanders. I'm having trouble coming up with a term that's perfect. The weed smoking overstanders don't know nothing about the Bible. Only thing they know how to do and smoke weed and hit you with a theory that make you think for a second. Go ahead.
I used to like it, sir. Unless you're smoking weed, don't none of it make sense. You know,
You gotta smoke weed with them to understand.
You gotta be able to smoke weed to even understand what they say.
The men of the Lord in ISUPK, we don't smoke weed, but I guarantee you, if you took a hit of some of that weed, you'd be like, "You so right."
It's like if I could real quick, I was watching the video earlier. Some nigga talking about how like Tennessee, where they found the 10 Commandments, the Death Scroll, he put it out.
Yeah, listen.
10, 9, seed, and I don't know what.
Listen.
I'm like, if I was smoking weed, that makes sense. But since I'm a man of the Lord, yeah, you get off the weed, man.
Listen,
you know
I'm not. It's funny as you say that. We're gonna sidebar, then we're gonna get back to it. But we was getting ready to go to camp in Cincinnati, and so it was a brother. He had one other brother with him. It was just the two of them. This was that group. And so he came up and talked to us. You know, we don't ever go up to fake Israelites, but they always come up to us. He came up to us and he was just talking, and I'm just cutting him the piss. And brother's just trying to pull scripture. I'm like, nah, brother, you don't even need no scripture for this cat. He's like, yeah, and he's like, yeah, I don't think nothing wrong with smoking weed. You know, and I think here in America, I think this is actually Israel. He was like, he was saying with Ohio, kind of the same thing on the wordplay. I'm like, nah, brother. Like, it's so many ways to cut you. Like, where is the Nile in all this? The Mississippi? You gonna tell me the Nile is the Mississippi? Stop it, man. Like, these cats, they smoke this weed and they be on something else.
I heard Kentucky was Israel for like Mammoth Cave, how they found mummies in Mammoth Cave and all that. Mammoth Cave, like what, 45 minutes from here?
Yeah. Y'all in Israel the whole time and didn't even know it.
You know what I'm saying? And weed is a powerful drug.
Yeah.
Weed is powerful, man.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
Come on. Verse 47. Then they took whole stones according to the law and built a new altar according to the former.
Mm-hmm. They built a new altar, man, because the original one was desecrated. Keep going.
Come. Verse 48. And made up the sanctuary and the things that were within the temple, and hallowed the courts. So
they made it up again, and they hallowed it, meaning they sanctified it or made it holy, right? Approved it, thus saith the Lord, right? Made it pure, like it was originally before they defiled it. Keep going.
Come. Verse 49. They made also a new holy vessels, and into the temple they brought the candlestick and the altar of burnt offerings and of incense and the table. Verse 50. And upon the altar they burned incense, and the lamps that were upon the candlestick they lighted, that they might give light in the temple.
Keep going.
Verse 51. Furthermore, they set loaves upon the tables and spread out the veils and finished all the works which they had begun to make.
Now you see, this is why we rededicate our schools, and this is why the Feast of Dedication happens, right? Because of the abominations and because of the oppression that happened to us under this king and under this dynasty. We had to basically rededicate the temple. We had to get the abominations that they put in there out. We had to clean it. We had to remove the altar that they sacrificed unclean animals on. We had to unalive the rest of the heathens that was in there that was perpetuating this. Like, this was a total rededication to say, you know what, Lord, we serve you. And you stood with us, and we damn sure are going to stand with you. And we're going to make the temple nice and beautiful again, originally how it was. Any more?
Verse 52. Now on the 5th and the 20th day of the 9th month, which is called the month of Calcium, in the 148th year, they rose up bedtimes in the morning. Verse 50.
Betimes. Is that betimes? Yeah, betimes. Keep going.
And offer sacrifice according to the law upon the new altar of burnt offerings which they had made.
That's right.
Verse 54. Look at what time and what day the heathen had profaned it. Even in that was it dedicated with songs and with citharns and harps and cymbals.
Yeah, they celebrated, man. The same thing that we doing. Like, again, the world's going to be celebrating Christmas in a few days. But brothers and sisters who serve the Lord, this is what you should be celebrating, the Feast of Dedication, right? Of course, this is not a high holy day. This is not found in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. But this is a memorial So the Israelites memorialized this date as a date that was very important to us, right, as a nation. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. You'll find that the 2 days that are memorialized is the Feast of Dedication and the Feast of Purim. Those are feast days, meaning they're not holy days. It's definitely something that Israelites wanted to remember. Keep going.
Come, verse 55. Then all the people fell upon their faces, worshiping and praising the God of heaven.
That's right.
Who had given them good success.
That's a hell of a thing, man, to be at a point where you couldn't call yourself an Israelite and to go fight your oppressor and then come out clean on the other side. That's a hell of a thing, man. Only the Lord could do that. Again, everything that happens then is basically a replica of what's happening today. Like a lot of our solutions as a people is to become more educated. Is to have more financial understanding, is to love the oppressor, is to march for the oppressor, is to do all these things that don't amount to a solution for us. And all that stuff is fine if you're in the world. It all makes sense. Like, yeah, I should get more education. Yeah, I should make more money. Yeah, I should teach my people financial literacy. That's dope. Yeah, you should continue to do that, but that ain't gonna save us. Right. It ain't gonna get us out of the condition we're in. We'll never stop being a second-class citizen in America. You know, I was just reading some of the comments on my post. Your oppressor has no remorse for what he put you through. None. Zero. He don't give a damn. The only thing that you see oppressors saying is stop crying about slavery. They don't give a damn about nothing you've been through. In fact, so much so, you listen to J.D. Vance and he's like, you live in America now. You don't have to apologize for being white. When in the hell did you ever have to apologize? White people are offended that you don't want them to be racist to you. That offends white people. Salaki. That offends oppressors. It offends oppressors when they don't want you don't want them to not be racist. Like, oh, you stopping me from being white. Ain't that crazy?
Right.
Like, and then a lot of us, we're so used to the oppression here, it's like, oh, you know, we try to defend them. We don't defend our oppressor in the ISUPK. We don't do that. Like, you should be ashamed to be racist, and the Lord is going to cause you to have some shame. You can find that in Obadiah. Somebody grab me that real quick. Shame shall cover thee. You got it.
What a brother grabbing that? What you were saying is so heavy because it's been a big thing going around saying what's white culture.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can ever give an answer to what's white culture.
Mm-hmm.
You just get an answer. It's being racist.
Mm-hmm.
So if they don't have it, they don't have nothing. That's all they got is being racist. They don't have nothing else.
Listen, if your oppressor cannot unalive, if he can't conquer, if he can't steal, if he can't molest or, you know, have sex with it, like, he's upset. Right. Like, he has to do those things. Your oppressor has to do those things. That's why they're so frustrated now. Like, you keep just really think about the term "make America great again," and then ask yourself, when was it ever great for you as a Black, Hispanic, and Native American? I can't think of no time it was since my people been here, and the Native Americans probably could say, well, before they came. But if you really think about what's in the hearts of your oppressor, it's frustrating because I'll give you the average Black person in the world, they don't even really care about conquering. They don't care about being in charge. All they want to do is get along with their oppressor and just not be treated racist, right? If you talk to your average Black person, it's not in their mind to say, I want rulership. They don't ever say they want rulership. They just say, I just want a good job and I just want to get along, right? But what is justice? Justice is the oppressor going into slavery. Justice is the oppressor having to be a second-class and third-class citizen like we did. That's justice. And most Black people, they don't even want that for the oppressor. In fact, what you'll find is most Black people love the oppressor. And that's why we're so destroyed here, because we don't understand justice. And we think justice, according to the Bible, is that they stop being racist. That ain't justice. For them to stop being racist, no, they got to go through what we got going through double. That's why the scriptures say, reward her double as she's rewarded us. Somebody got Obadiah?
What is that verse?
The one shame shall cover you. What is it? 1:6? One. Just let me know when you get it. You can keep going until you get it.
book of First Maccabees chapter 4, verse 56. And so they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days and offer burnt offerings with gladness and sacrifice the sacrifice of deliverance and praise.
That's why we keep it 8 days. We keep the feast of dedication 8 days because that's what the brothers established. Now, so like in this empire, we got to worry about, you know, slaving through the week and all kind of troubles. But when we back in our land, the feast of dedication gonna be off the hook. We're gonna be partying for 8 days. Ain't gonna be. Don't worry about no slavery. Don't worry about going into the work. Think about what's the long one? Feast of First Fruits. Is that the 50-day joint? Yeah, we getting it on for 50 days. Passover gonna be off the hook. It's off the hook now, so you can imagine when we're in the kingdom, Passover gonna be off the hook. You got it? Go ahead.
It's book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 10. For the violence against thy brother Jacob.
For thy violence, you oppressors, like, and I see this a lot too. You'll hear your oppressor say, "Well, you don't like me because I'm this color." That's not true. The scriptures say what?
For thy violence.
For thy what?
For thy violence.
For thy violence, man. For your actions against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It ain't because you got a certain skin color. It's for your actions. And your actions are violent. And the Bible says, for thy violence, go ahead.
Against thy brother Jacob shall cover thee. And thou
say it, read it again.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob shall cover thee.
No, read it again. You're missing the word.
For the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame.
Shame is going to cover you, oppressors, man. Shame is going to cover you, devils. You should be ashamed because you've been a monster on the planet Earth to everyone. Keep going.
And thou shalt be cut off forever.
Yikes. Yikes. Right. Cut off forever. That's a that's a horrible thing. Like if the oppressor read this Bible and actually understood it like we understood it, like they probably would change if they know that they're going to be cut off forever. Like that's a hell of a thing. Like I know I'm going to be back on the earth according to the Lord. I'm going to be reincarnated back on the earth. But it'll come a time where your oppressor is going to be cut off forever. They should read that. You oppressors should watch ISUPK classes. You might want to start acting better. Because according to the Lord, you're going to be cut off forever. That's a rough one right there. You're not going to be on the earth anymore. That's a rough one. Then you really gonna be prehistoric. And you really gonna be something that we see in museums. That's what's gonna happen, man. You're gonna see your oppressor in a museum. Little kids their age gonna be like, "Mommy, what is that?" Damn, that was the devil that walked the earth. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's keep going. We're gonna wrap it up.
If I may, sir.
You got it.
Now, what you're saying is heavy. They said we don't teach science, believe in science. Well, science even proves that they're gonna be extinct because all their genes is recessive. So because of interracial dating, they running in abortion clinics. They having more abortions than they giving birth. Maybe that's why they want to shut down the abortion clinic. It wasn't to save black and Hispanic babies; it was to try to save their numbers. So even they scientists know that it's happening on the level. It's happening.
That's true. That's 100% true. It's like between the homosexuality. Why do you think Republicans is so much against homosexuality? Or not all Republicans. They say they're against it, but they all, undercover homos anyway. Undercover alphabet people. Yeah, they undercover Epstein files, but like they see the writing on the wall. Same way they see by 2050, they're gonna be the minority. Like they see the writing on the wall if they paying attention. If they can set aside their lust for 2 seconds, they can see the writing on the wall. The numbers are reducing. They're going down. Go ahead.
Like you said, if I made they're already the minority in 5 states right now.
Which states are those?
Hawaii.
That makes sense.
California.
That makes sense.
Arizona.
That makes sense.
New Mexico.
That makes sense.
Texas.
So heavy Hispanic and black people in those states for sure. So yeah. Listen, Mississippi, they probably always be majority white, man. That'd probably be the last state to let go. Oh man. But yeah, man, it's if you pay attention to what's going on, you can see some of the problems that they're trying to address that the general public, if you're an oppressor, you're probably not paying attention to it. But the ones crunching the numbers behind the scenes, they can see the writing on the wall and they see what's happening. And they trying to prevent it. So they're trying to at least encourage your oppressor, the other oppressors, not to be homosexual, right? They're trying to encourage them not to go to an abortion clinic. So they're making it a lot harder, all these things and they trying to encourage, kicking out all immigrants out the country. They're trying to encourage growth population amongst themselves so they're not the minority in this country. Because once that happens, for sure, they know that a reckoning is coming. Let's keep going. And then we're gonna get the two scriptures you want to get.
Verse 57. And they decked also the forefront of the temple with crowns of gold and with shields. And the gates of the chambers they renewed and hanged doors upon them.
Keep going.
Verse 58. Thus was there great gladness among the people, but that the reproach of the heathen was put away.
The reproach of the heathen was put away. These Greek heathens tried to oppress us and tried to not let us be Israelites. Can you, if you could, find me the one, I think it's in chapter 2, where it said we couldn't even call ourselves, right? We couldn't even call ourselves Israelite. Let's get that one real quick. Keep going.
Verse 59. Moreover, Judas and his brethren with the whole congregation of Israel ordained that the days of dedication of the altar should be kept in their season.
It should be what?
Should be kept in their season.
Keep going.
From year to year, by the space of 8 days.
By the space of 8 days, which is why we do it 8 days. Keep going.
From the 5 and 20th day of the month of Calcium, with myrrh and gladness. Verse 60.
And this, if I could, this is where the so-called Jewish man gets this from. He read this. I'm gonna come to you next. He read this, right? Of course, the so-called Jewish man, he stole the Bible from blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This is not his book. He is not a Jew. He is Jewish, meaning something like he copied this and they keep it with a nine leg menorah, right? They got a menorah with 9 stems or branches, as opposed to the 7 that's prescribed in the Bible, and all kind of other abominations that he does. Like those people in Jerusalem right now, those are not the real Jews. And they going through hell, but the Palestinians, they don't belong over there either. That's the land of blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. That is not their land. That's our land. And in time, we're gonna see who the land belongs to for sure. Go ahead with that.
Let me start at 5 and give a little context.
You can.
This 2 Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 5. The altar also was filled with profane things which the law forbidden.
That's how we got here. The part of how we got here is them defiling the altar. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep the Sabbath, to keep Sabbath day or ancient fast, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
You couldn't even keep the Sabbath. You couldn't even say you was a Jew. And that's why today, black people, we don't even know who we are. Why? Because it was beat out of us. It was beat out of us so much that we don't even know who we are today. And it's through oppression like similar to this is why we don't know it. That's why we walk around calling ourselves foundational Black Americans or indigenous Americans or sovereign citizens or, African Americans, whatever you want to say. I'm gonna come to you. Whatever you want to say. That's why we call ourselves these names, because we don't know, according to the Bible, we are real Jews. Go ahead.
Okay. So like for example, is that why we can call ourselves Christian, Muslim, like you said, Black, or whatever? But if, like Kyrie said, share a link to say with a Black from Negroes or from Hebrews to Negroes, then he get fined and all this. Nick Cannon lose wealth. Kanye West lose wealth all because they said that the Black people are Jews.
Them brothers folded too, man.
They all did fold.
I felt so good about it, man. Like I was like, go ahead, Kyrie. Not that he in the truth, but I'm like, he in the world. And you would think with all the millions he got, like it wouldn't be a big deal if he couldn't get a contract extension. He's like, okay, nigga, I'm already, I got 50 million or whatever. Like you straight. I don't have 500,000 and I'm still pushing the truth. Like you got 50 million, you straight. Like, and then it's just so crazy how brothers fold, man. It's like as soon as we think we got somebody that'll help advocate and help push the truth, they fold. That's why it's only left to men like us, man. This job ain't for Kyrie Irving or Kanye West or none of these other brothers who ain't got the strength to do what we do, man. Like you can't. Again, it's easier for a camel to enter into the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Like he got wealth and wealth on top of wealth, and yet and still you couldn't stand by that. So it's up to us, man. Ain't nobody else coming. It's us. If it's only y'all brothers here in Kentucky, that's it. Then y'all got to do what y'all can to push this truth. Because Kyrie ain't gonna say shit. Kyrie like this now. He ain't saying nothing. He threw away the key. All these other brothers, man, they gonna fold. And guess what? The poor brothers in the ghetto, we not gonna fold. We'll never fold, man. Not under Commander Junior Hunter. He didn't taught us how to push this truth, man, regardless of our financial status. Any more on that? Keep going.
Keep going. Okay.
Oh, was that it? I think that was it, right?
Yeah, we hit on. Yeah, on 6. Like it.
Yes, that's it. Let's finish this up down to 61.
Verse 60. At that time also they builded up the Mount Zion with high walls and strong towers round about, lest the Gentiles should come and tread it down as they had done.
Listen, we prepared for that. It's like these Gentiles may come back, and that's what our leaders never do, man. Our leaders don't look at what happened in the past and say, you know what, we need to prepare for when these heathens come back in the future. Like all that civil rights that we went through in the 60s and 70s and trying to get equal rights and voting rights and housing rights and all this stuff, Donald Trump didn't hit the rewind button on damn near all that. Right. Damn near all that. He didn't hit the rewind button. The DEI, that's gone. You know what I mean? All your affirmative action, guess what? That's gone. They trying to redesign what do you call it? Redistrict the lines for voting. They going through that in many of the states where they just try to draw a line around certain areas of a state and cities and counties to where they can garner most of the votes so they can swing the Republican. Like they got all kind of votes or all kind of methods, things that they doing to restrict our rights. So, you went through all that right to vote. Voting don't mean a damn thing anyway. Right. But now they make it even harder. They're going to put you in a district where it's 10 niggas in one community. And so your 10 votes don't matter. Right. They doing that today. They fighting it in a lot of these counties across the country. In all these states, they doing it today. So all these, all your marching and all your, all the sacrifices that black people done went through, like your oppressor is trying to roll all that back right now. So you might as well stop voting. What you should do really is just start serving the Lord, because all your voting don't mean a damn thing anyway.
That's right.
Any more?
Verse 61. And they set their garrison to keep it and fortified Bethshura to preserve it, that the people might have defense.
That's right.
Against Idumea.
Against Idumea, man. Like I said, you oppressors, go look up Idumea. You need to know what that is. Idumea. You need to go know what Mount Seir is. Idumea, Edom. All those terms are interchangeable. The oppressor, the devil that the Bible speaks of. We needed defense against you then, and we need it against you now. So that was it on the story. At least for what we covering for the Feast of Dedication. That's how the Feast of Dedication came about. It came about through oppression. It came about through devils trying to not let us have our true culture, not this hip hop culture that we got now. Not Cardi B and all these brothers out here talking about shooting and killing and slaying all the women. That ain't our culture, man. Our culture is found in this Bible right here, and the things that we did to prevent from being oppressed by the oppressor. So, I'm one. You got a couple things you want to get into, along with the story of the dedication. Let's get into them.
7 and 25.
7 and 25. Let's get into it. 2 Maccabees 7 and 25.
That's like probably like the meat of it, but it really goes to the top.
Well, you tell me you want to go 7 and 1. Let's get into it then. We got time. We still got 30 minutes.
Okay.
Second Maccabees.
7 and 1.
So to anybody who might be tuned in, I see only 2 people on TikTok. I see a few people on YouTube and Facebook. But if you haven't read the story of the Maccabees, you should go and read it. Now, again, if you have any concern about who was in the Bible, the scriptures talk about the heathen general fleeing because the men of Israel were so masculine. Go take a look at who's in Jerusalem now, and you let me know if it's talking about those people. It is not. You can get a clear distinction what masculinity they were referring to, and they wasn't referring to the cats that got. Can you imagine them cats? I'm a one. Can you imagine these cats right here? Look, these cats that got this. Can you imagine somebody being afraid of them?
Thinking, hey, that Maccabees crazy, crazy. Son.
You see that? Like, would that make you run? I bring out some curling irons and be like, here, let me get you right. That's about it. Like for real, like I'm joking, but I'm like, these cats, them is not the cats that the Greeks was fearing.
That's heavy because you think about sports, football, basketball. Think about all them is the Maccabees, all the black athletes.
Think about and to add to that, think about the gladiators. I was just about to say, think about the gladiators. This cat with this right here and that yarmulke on, he wasn't slaying no lions. He wasn't fighting 2-3 men at a time. He wasn't the cat that people feared. You got this on, and you listen. Off the rip, I already know I'm a winner. Off the rip, off the rip. If you got these, I know with one arm and one leg, I'm winning. I got crutches and I'm winning. I don't even care.
That's the thing. Hey, it's like if I could replay, that just doesn't even that doesn't give no type of visual of masculinity.
Right.
Like what we've been talking about all night. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the only place like you ever see like that just give homosexuality all day long. The curls and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that just give homosexuality all day long. Like white oppressors in general just give the illusion of homosexuality in general.
And we laughing, but like a lot of people when they read the Bible, they look at it like the people in the Bible are gone. That's what they think. Like the people in the Bible are gone and everybody here is new. No, the same people that was in the Bible are on earth today. Right. And so if you thinking about are those the real Jews? It don't sound like a lot of. It don't sound like the people that was described in the Bible. Right. It don't, it ain't jiving. Right. So where we at? We on 7 and 1? Let's keep going.
Book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 7, verse 1. And it came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken.
Oh, this is what I was talking about. Yeah, if you haven't read the story about the Maccabees, you're going to learn something about serving the Lord. And I would suggest, even if you happen to run across this and you're a Christian, right? You're a Christian, you should read this story of this sister and her sons, because it's going to give you a perspective on committing sin. A lot of Christians like to use the excuse, well, God know my heart and God forgives me. Well, you're going to see the links that people went to not sin in this story. And it should encourage you to not be some wicked, filthy, disgusting sinner. Because a lot of Christians use the excuses like the Lord knows my heart and he'll forgive me. Well, it's certain people, and you find them documented in history, and you can find them in the ISUPK. They rather die than commit a sin. They rather die than not serve the Lord. And this is the story that we about to read. Go ahead.
And compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips.
Now this king, again, the first thing, and you should know this today as a black person, Hispanic and Native American, the first thing that the heathen wants you to do is to sin against the Lord. That's how he knows, like in his spirit, he knows he can defeat you this way. When you sin against the Lord and the Lord, because other than that, he can't beat you. Who are the smartest people on the planet Earth? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Who are the best looking, the best dressed, the best cooked, the most innovative, right? The strongest, the fastest, whatever you want to say. We are, yet we on the bottom. We on the bottom. Why? Because we choose not to serve the Lord. And the heathens, they know how to turn the Lord against you, because they're going to say, you know what? eat this swine's flesh. You'll find it all throughout the scriptures. Keep going.
Verse 2. But one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us?
Mm-hmm.
We are ready to die.
Ooh, listen, I got something right. That's so hardcore, man. That's hardcore. Eat this swine's flesh. I'm ready to die. I'm not eating swine's flesh. I'm going to die right here, right now. I'm ready to die. Like Biggie wasn't ready to die. These cats right here, these cats was ready to die. Go ahead.
Rather than to transgress the law of our
They rather die than transgress the law of the Lord, man. To me, that's so honorable. Like this story will bring tears to your eyes. Go ahead.
That's a fact, because like even a lot of people in the truth, they find it hard to even tell family they don't want to eat pork, or tell their family stop eating pork, only because they're afraid of what their family might say.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's brothers that was willing to die.
Yeah.
Before they touch pork.
Yeah.
Eat pork. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing more honorable than that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
And like we read it and it don't really hit home, but if you actually think about what it meant, it's funny. I got another short story. So I was going to pick up my son from a band competition or band practice or something, right? And so I stopped by a gas station to use the bathroom, and there was a sister in there, and she was going back and forth with her daughter, and she was saying Santa is real, and the daughter was like, "Mommy, no, I heard that Santa ain't real." And so I'm walking in. She don't even know me. She turns like, "Sir, could you tell my daughter Santa's real?" I'm like, "Sorry." Like it's just. It was so funny because if it was anybody else, they probably be like, "Oh yeah, honey." Said like the Lord wanted that to happen. The Lord wanted it to happen because I absolutely was like, "No, sorry." And the daughter was like, "See," and the sister. I just kept walking. I didn't even see the sister's impression. But like, if it was somebody else, it would have went on. The Lord put me there and to tell her, "No, Santa ain't real."
No, that's so heavy what you're saying about Santa, because I was just talking about earlier. If you take Santa, take the end from the middle and take it to the end and say Satan. Like real talk, it's like they playing in our face this whole time. Like real talk. So anybody that's teaching your kids about Christmas and Santa Claus, you set them up for failure, because when they get older, they're just gonna find out it's all BS. Anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, no, it's crazy that again we read the story about how brothers is willing to put their life on the line to serve the Lord, and we got our people trying to teach their kids about Santa, which is a fictional character. You know what I mean? Of course, we know that Saint Nicholas was a real character, but Saint Nicholas, as is portrayed today, right? Santa Claus is fake. So yeah, the Lord put me in that place right there to tell that little baby, no, Santa is not real. So let's keep going.
Verse 3. Then the king, being in a rage, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot.
So this is diabolical. I don't know if you know what a cauldron is, but a cauldron, think about I used to watch cartoons or something, and a witch be cooking in a big pot. That's a cauldron. And of course, Esau, being the devil, he would put people in those cauldrons. That's why he said he wanted them to be hot. So you're gonna have to tell me which ones you need me to skip down to or kind of get through, so for time's sake.
It's really just gonna talk about how all the sons died and how they all stood strong. That's why I said we start off with 25. It'll be kind of the meter if you just go.
Well, let's run through it and see what we can get through. Let's keep going. I go through it faster. Let's go.
Verse 4. Which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first.
Ooh, cut out the brother's tongue. Keep going.
And to cut off the utmost parts of his body.
Cut off different parts of his body. Go ahead.
The rest of the brethren and his mother looking on.
Now you sitting there and your brother is being cut up to pieces, and the courage that's required of you to stand there and not fold, because you know what's in your mind. You know what's in your mind while it's going through that. The first thing in your mind is like, how can I save myself? That's natural. It's natural to want to save yourself. It's natural to think about how can I not go through this kind of pain. Like, I don't care who you is. If you talking about body pieces being cut, you're gonna have them thoughts in your mind.
And so, like I said, I mean, isn't this the same during 100 years of lynching when they would cut off hands and feet, private parts?
Yeah, it's you know, you're gonna get me off on a tangent, but it's so evil for your oppressor to say forget about slavery. It is so evil for them to say that because it's something that they never do. They never forget about anything. They never forget about what's his name? That was a traitor, the first one, not the Benedict. They never forget about Benedict. They never forget about 9/11. They never forget about Pearl Harbor. They never forget about the Alamo. They never forget about these different things, but they want you to forget about atrocities that happen that really shape and form you as a people today.
Right.
Keep going. Yeah, I ain't got no money in here for these kids. That's why they making this ragged. You gonna be like General Muhammad, get some dollars in here or some candy or something. I get these kids some money or something.
There you go, so I got a couple dollars.
I don't. She might be too young for money. What's she like?
She gonna take it anyway, though, sir.
She gonna take it. Give her dollar, man. She take it. Let's keep going.
The rest of his brethren and his mother looking on.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Verse 5. Now when he was thus maimed in all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire. And to be fried in the pan.
That's horrible. Keep going.
And as the vapor of the pan was good for space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus. Verse 6. The Lord God looked upon us, and in truth has comforted us, as Moses in his song, which witnessed to their faces, declared, saying, and shall be the comforted in his service.
Man, that sister was hardcore. How many sisters you know a roll like that, man? How many sisters you know like that will, son, be a man?
Right.
The Lord love you. The Lord got you. You know what I mean? Right. Like, this sister was hardcore, man. And of course, sisters in ISUPK is hardcore. That level of strength, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we all don't have that yet, but it's something to aspire to. You know what I'm saying? To be the type of person that stand before your oppressor in the face of death and say, you know what, we're gonna serve the Lord. Be strong. One thing I like, I know that movie Apocalypto was diabolical. I don't know if y'all ever seen it. Y'all ever seen Apocalypto?
I gotta give you one more look. It was a minute ago.
Oh yeah, you check out Apocalypto. There's a part in there that I do like. The cat got bit by the snake, and he was getting ready to die, but they was chasing the brother that they was trying to get. And the cat, before they left him because he got bit by a snake, he said travel well or die well, one of the two. And like, to me, it's like that was kind of hardcore. Like, dude knew, like, he was gassed out the breath. Dude was like, travel well, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's the thing. Like, a lot of people, when they get real, just, you looking like you totally ain't got no kind of courage about yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's keep going.
Come, verse 7. So when the first was dead after this number, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock.
So the king, he killed the first brother. Now he's coming to the second brother. Keep going.
Come. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, wilt thou eat before thou be punished?
He got scalped? He got scalped, right? Is that what he said? Yeah, so this brother got scalped, and now they're asking him, are you going to eat it now? Keep going.
Wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body?
So we're not going to stop with the scalping. We're going to punish you through every member of your body. Keep going.
Come. Verse 8. But he answered in his own language and said, no. Wherefore he also received the next torment in order as the former did.
Oh, he answered in his own language. Guess what he said? Lie. Lie. Keep going.
Come. Verse 9. And when he gasped, when he was at the last gasp, he said, thou like a fury, takest us out of this present life. But the King of the world shall raise us up, who have died for his law.
That's right.
Unto everlasting life.
That's right. He said, you know what? The Lord gonna raise us up again, man. Go ahead and unalive me. I know the Lord got me. Keep going.
Come. Verse 10. After him was the third, made a mocking stock. And when he was required,
Go ahead, I'm on.
I got a question, sir. I read the scripture before and I never really answered. Is when it's saying the king of the world shall raise us up, is that talking about Christ or is that talking about the Most High? Because I know this was before Christ came back, but I know he was, Adam and all that.
I mean, the Lord is the king of the world, so I can't say that it was referring to Christ. You know what I'm saying? And of course, the Lord is who reincarnates you back on earth.
Right.
And when he was required, he put out his tongue, and that right soon, holding forth his hands manfully. Verse 11.
These brothers, man, these brothers inspire me. Every time I read this story, man, these brothers inspire me to really just stand, And I gotta, from my personal experience, I gotta commend the brothers of Kentucky 8, man. Definitely the brothers, we here in Louisville, brothers. Not to say that we stood up against anything like this, but we damn sure had some moments like this is it. this is it. Yeah, we done. I was like, we done. But that cat came around there with that AR, man. I was like, yeah, we done.
Swinging a machete. I'm like,
yeah, we done. It wasn't nothing like this, but it damn sure had its moments. So let's keep going.
Come. Verse 11. And said courageously, these I have from heaven, and for his laws I despise them, and from him I hope to receive them again.
Keep going.
Verse 12. Insomuch that the king and they that were with him marveled at the young man's
The king marveled, man. He marveled at their courage. Now, this is a wicked bastard, and he putting them to death in some of the most horrible ways. And even he marveled at his courage, like, you know what I'm about to do to you. And the cat, he didn't fold at all. He said, man, I love the Lord's laws, man, and I'm going to keep them. And you ain't going to make me fold here today.
For that he nothing regarded his pains. Verse 13. Now when this man was dead also, they tormented and mangled the fourth in like manner. Verse 14. So when he was ready to die, he said thus, it is good, being put to death by men, to look for hope from God to be raised up again by him.
That's right.
These brothers was amazing, man.
Hey.
Keep going.
Okay. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life. Verse 15. Afterward they brought the fifth also and mangled him. Verse 16. Then looked he unto the king and said, thou hast power over men. Thou art corruptible. Thou doest what thou wilt. Yet think not that our nation is forsaken by God.
He said, don't think because you're doing this that we're forsaken by God. You're corruptible. God is uncorruptible, and our spirits are uncorruptible. Keep going.
Come. Verse 17. But abide a while, and behold his great power, how he will torment thee and thy seed.
That's a message for Esau today. Read that whole verse again.
Okay. The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 7, verse 17. But abide a while.
The Bible says this, you heathens, abide a while, Esau. That's what you should do. Just abide a little while longer. Just stick around. That's what the Bible's saying. Stick around. Go ahead.
And behold his great power.
That's what you're going to do. You're going to behold the power of the Lord. You're going to see how you oppress blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. And you're going to behold the power of the Lord. Go ahead.
And how he will torment thee and thy seed.
He's going to torment you and your seed. Keep going.
So like you said,
You got it.
Is this similar to the seed of the serpent in the garden?
Seed of the, in what way?
When it talked about how he was going to bruise the head and the heel.
I mean, this one right here is a straight up. You could apply this to today. I mean, you could look at it similar for sure. But this is saying, like during this time, he telling the king, like, you doing this now. Basically, you got the juice now, but just wait a while. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely very similar. Same thing we be telling Esau today. Like Edomites on here, on TikTok now, they laugh and it's, talking and joking. Same thing when we go to camp. Edomites, they laugh at us. They laugh at our oppression. They laugh at slavery. They laugh at, we're second class, third class citizens. They laughing at all that now. But again, like we read in Jeremiah 14, there's going to come a time where you're not going to even know the Lord for what he did in Egypt. You're going to know the Lord for what he does here in this captivity to our oppressor. So that's fine. Laugh. Enjoy it. Mock us. It makes it even better. The scriptures also say this is for this reason I raised Pharaoh up. Like this country has been raised up so high. Like America is the #1 superpower. So it's great and mighty and powerful. The Lord raised this, and guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna bring America down low to nothing. So much so that Esau is, after a while, you're not gonna even see Esau walking around. He's gonna be in a museum. So it's imperative that Black people, Hispanics, Native Americans understand that. Like there is justice coming, but we're not going to get justice by smoking weed. We're going to get justice by shooting down our brother in the street. We're not going to get justice by twerking, on every damn video that you see. That ain't how we get justice. Christ ain't coming back for crackheads. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to get off those drugs. You're going to have to stop being a murderer, a pimp, and a whore. You're going to have to start learning how to serve the Lord. Guess what? Esau going to force us into loving one another. Right. Oppression going to get so thick and so heavy, Esau is going to force us to love one another. You see the lengths that he's going through now by rolling back all these programs. It ain't going to stop here. You think he's going to stop at food stamps and healthcare? Like all the things that we enjoy. And the school is so heavy because I would have never learned this term in 1,000 years. Freudenfreude. I'd have never learned that term in 1,000 years. Your oppressor has Freudenfreude, however you pronounce it. Like, once I learned that healthcare could have been free in America, except your oppressor didn't want Black people to have it, I knew then, like, this is the level that they'll go through. They will hurt themselves as opposed to getting something that'll benefit everybody. You can find that today. I bet healthcare ain't the only. I bet we can have all kind of free stuff in America. I bet America could be a damn near a utopia.
Like the character center is happy. The copay. The copay for the insurance. They said that's only because they know Black people like, nah, I ain't going. Yeah. Because I gotta pay the copay. Yeah. So I'm not even gonna go. That's the only reason why they got copay.
It is, again, for me to think that healthcare could be free, except your oppressor don't want you to have it, blows me away, because you know how many oppressors could benefit from free healthcare? Right. A ton of them. But it'll never be approved here because they don't want Black people to have free healthcare. That's crazy to me. But that's the devil. He has Freudenfreude. Let's keep going. We got to get to, matter of fact, we probably could jump down to 25 since we only got 10 minutes left.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 7, verse 25.
Man, who the two people that's been rocking online with us for a minute? I can't see who they are.
We got some loyal people somewhere.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. I'm taking over y'all class. Y'all probably have more people if I wasn't teaching. They like who this nigga on here teaching Kentucky class? Go ahead.
But when the young man would in no case hearken unto him, the king called his mother. Mm-hmm. And extorted her.
Ooh, this sister, man. This was a beautiful sister, man. Go ahead.
And she would counsel the young man to save his life.
Like the king went to the mother and said, "You know what? This is just. I think this was the last son, if I'm not mistaken." And he said, "You know what? Talk to your son. This is your last son. Counsel him. Have him eat the swine or whatever it was he was trying to get him to do. Save his life." Listen to this sister, man.
You know what's so heavy though, sir? Mm-hmm. All this was over eating pork. Mm-hmm. And, you know, people tell us all the time, "Oh, it's just pork. Mm-hmm. It's just shrimp. It's just crab. It's just lobster. It's just nothing." But these 7 sons, and I ain't say all that. Mm-hmm. These 7 sons all was willing to die to not eat the pork, because it's all about the Lord. Yeah, it's all about being righteous and strong for the Lord, rather than just your carnal lust.
That's right. And I'm gonna come to you. Also, is a story in there of the older brother in there that the scriptures talk about who they was trying to get to eat pork too. And a lot of times that's what the devil do. The devil will go to somebody who, again, like we brought out earlier, The devil gonna go to a prominent Black, Hispanic, and Native American and get them on his side so he can encourage his people, right, us, to do evil. You see it all the time. Black people don't. A lot of Black people, they look to entertainers and be like, "Oh well, you know, he right." Your entertainer is not built for this life, man. They love money too much. You gotta have niggas that's willing to die and live with nothing. This is what we're doing anyway. That's why the Lord ain't called the rich to do it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. You was gonna bring out something?
If I could just add something, sir, if I may, that's how you know how trash Islam is.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Quran says if you face death, you can eat pork.
And you can beat your wife, and you can marry 9-year-olds, and you can do everything else nasty and disgusting.
It's like that's so heavy what's being brought out because look, I had a conversation with my son last night. I'm gonna tell y'all more about it in detail later. I'm not gonna get too much into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a conversation with my son, and just he's never ate pork ever in his life. Never ate pork.
Mm-hmm.
But he was asking questions like, "Well, why we can't do this? Or what's wrong with that?" You know what I'm saying? But he was like, you never even ate pork. Like, why do you care?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like a demon. It's on people like, we just eat this pork or whatever.
And you know what's crazy? A lot of kids only feel pressure from their friends.
Like your family. Yeah.
Most of the time too. Most of the time it's friends because they in school and friends is having birthday parties. Friends is having pizza with pepperoni. Friends is doing all these things, and it makes your kid wonder, like, what am I missing? Right? So it's strong that we teach our kids how to stand up against that.
That's right.
Keep going.
Verse 26. And when he had extorted her with many words, she promised him that she would counsel herself.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 27.
So look, she agreed. She was like, "You want me to talk to him? I'm gonna talk to him."
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 27. But she bound herself towards him, laughing the cruel tyrant to scorn.
What? Read that part again.
But she bound herself to him, laughing the cruel tyrant to scorn.
Uh-huh.
Spake in her country's language.
She spake what?
In her country's language.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my son, have pity upon me, that buried thee 9 months in my womb.
She said, "My son had pity upon me. I buried thee 9 months." Go ahead.
And gave thee such 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and nourished thee, and brought thee unto this age,
Mm-hmm.
and endured the troubles of education.
That's right. She said, I raised you up, son. Go ahead.
Verse 28. I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heaven and the earth,
Mm-hmm.
and all that is therein, and consider that God made them of things that were not. And so was mankind likewise made.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 29. Fear not this tormentor.
Don't fear this tormentor, man. This is she spit some beautiful bars, man.
Right.
Right. If this was a poem, these be beautiful bars right here. Go ahead.
But being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death.
She said, "Be just like your brothers. Your brothers took death, you take death too." Go ahead.
That I may receive thee again in mercy with thy
Ooh,
brethren.
this sister already knew. I'm gonna receive you again. Go ahead.
Verse 30. While she was yet speaking these words, the young man said, Whom will you for? I will not obey the king's command.
This brother was so strong. He said, "Mine, don't even sweat it. I ain't eating no pork. You ain't got to worry about that." Go ahead.
But I will obey the commandment of the law that was given to our fathers by Moses.
He said, "I'm going to obey the law. This has been laid down since the time of Moses. I ain't going to be the weakest link." Go ahead.
Verse 31. And thou that hast been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews shall not escape the hands of God.
He said, "You know what? This devil been the author of all evil against the Hebrews. But guess what? I ain't bowing down to it." Any more?
Verse 32. For we suffer because of our sin.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 33. And though the living Lord be angry with us a little while for our chastening and correction, yet shall he be at one again with his sin.
That's right, man. The Lord chastises who he loves, man. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? So that pretty much wrapped up that story again. If you never read the story, of the 7 brothers and a woman, the 7 sons and a woman who all died by the hands of the king. Also, I can't remember the chapter and the verses for the older brother who he's trying to get porked to, but I think it's in the 2nd Maccabees as well. That's also an outstanding story. So, damn, man, with that, listen, this is ISUPK Kentucky, man. You know what I'm saying? ISUPK Cincinnati. I just dipped in, you know what I'm saying, for a short while. Teach a class, come kick it with the Aki. Listen, y'all call that number. Anybody who run across this video, man, 502-709-9293. Come and learn the truth. You're not gonna learn this truth in the Christian church. somebody on TikTok says we was kings and shit. I be laughing at these trolls, man. It'd be funny because these would be the same brothers when they ain't got food stamps and when they ain't got access to resources and you really need to call upon the brothers. These be the same brothers be like, who's them crazy niggas on that screen and on that corner? Like, you gonna want to know us. It's all fun and games now.
Right.
That's what the scriptures say. Just like in the time of Moses, you was singing and dancing and laughing and giving him marriage and doing whatever you want to do. It's all good. You laugh now, but guess what? You're going to want to try to find this live later. I guarantee you that. Right. Remember this, ISUPK Kentucky. And for y'all on TikTok, ISUPK, just ISUPK. Just remember that. We're going to be the brothers that come and save your black ass when you need it.
That's right.
That's what you're going to need. You're going to need somebody to save you. I can tell you now, the Christian church ain't coming. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to the brothers for letting me come down and teach a class, man. Appreciate it. All right. So with that, man, I'm going to say Shalom, Yahweh, Bashim Yahshua, Brakathum, Yahweh Shemalathum, Bashim Yahshua. See you next.